Well, a very special welcome to everyone listening out there. Today we have the superb pleasure of speaking to the winner of Euroviisut 2011, Axel Ehnström, or as we know him better, Paradise Oskar. Welcome, Axel, and thanks for taking part in yet another interview with ESC Daily.
Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, congratulations on winning Euroviisut and becoming the Finnish representative in Düsseldorf.
Thank you.
Um, so I guess going back to the night you won Euroviisut, um, did you think you were going to win, and how did you feel once you found out you'd qualified for the super final and then won?
I didn't expect winning because I just thought I'd go there and have some fun because I didn't, when I entered the contest, I didn't sort of enter to win, or I wasn't like seriously in the competition. I just thought, it's a fun thing, and it's sort of interesting and a new experience, and I'm going to go there and have some fun and see what it's all about. And I was a little bit confused in the finals when I won. I sort of, I was really confident that my song could win because I like the song myself and I think it's sort of a special, nice personal song. But
Yep.
I didn't feel it would work in Finland, and so I was a little bit confused when I won. Like, what's, and I didn't I didn't know what I was going to do after that. I mean, I didn't know what it meant really. Didn't in practice. I didn't thought about that, but turns out it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And in the end, you won with 47% of the vote, with Sara Alto just behind on 41%. What has the public reaction been like? Because obviously there was two songs in which the Finnish public liked, yours and Sara's.
Well, I think it hasn't been really like sort of both our songs are really like calm and quite, they're a little alike because they're so like calm and cool like pop songs. They're not
Yep.
entirely different. So I think there were a lot of people that probably if they wouldn't have voted for Sarah, they would have voted for me, and if they wouldn't have voted for me, they would have voted for Sarah. So it was sort of a I don't think the 47 and 41%. I don't think a lot of people really like lost there, and
Yeah.
people got really upset. It was sort of a kind of a compromise or something. I can't win victory, but it hasn't been. It's been good upsides. I think people are quite happy, hopefully.
And I imagine that this is a little bit of an assumption that prior to Euroviisut, you hadn't had much media exposure. How are you handling your sudden fame?
Um, that's right. I didn't have any. I was no one before Eurovision Song Contest, and I think it's probably helped me a lot because I didn't have any bad experience of press, or I didn't have any bad media experience that I would have had problems from my past, or just I hadn't thought beforehand what I was going to say and how I was going to act and that kind of stuff. I just sort of went naturally and just I've been myself and not trying to be someone else or do something special or anything. I've just sort of been who I am and sort of not thought about it and just let people know who I am and not sort of get strange or freaked out or anything because everything's been such a circus in my life right now that I sort of have to live every day, like just take one day at a time, and just sort of just relax and take it cool and take it slow. It's all right. I mean, I haven't had any trouble yet with press media. I think it's been nice to have a lot of. Sort of feel like a princess when everyone's interested in me. So it's a strange feeling, but it's nice.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
So it's been about a month and a half since you won Euroviisut, and we know that you've just announced your debut album. But what have you been up to in that month and a half?
I've been well. The first few weeks were just like running from interview to interview, like radios, TVs, newspapers, everything. I just that kind of stuff, and then I got myself a record deal, and then I started making the album. So it's been like I sort of had a month to make the album,
Yep.
get a record deal, and that kind of stuff. So it's been really that's sort of been hasn't been so much sort of preparations for the Eurovision because I hadn't really needed any, just kind of interviews and stuff. So, but I've been very busy.
And of course,
good.
congratulations on your record deal.
Well, thank you very much.
And you announced on Facebook this morning that the album is to be called Sunday Songs.
Yes.
Can you tell us why you chose this name and what we can expect from the album?
Yeah, I thought it was the only natural name for the record because I have this song which is called Sunday Every Day, which is kind of my philosophy of life. It's about how every day actually is Sunday in my life when I live it, and this CD is basically about everyday life. It's just with a sort of my kind of way of looking at it, and a sort of different kind of twist on everyday life problems and happenings in life. So it's like everyday life in my life. So it's songs about Sundays. It's Sunday songs. That's why I chose it. And it's all the material is entirely written by me. So it's hopefully gonna be good. Or I think it's gonna be great.
So it's a very personal project for you.
Yeah, it's straight from me to the listeners. So it's great in that way, and I think it's fantastic that I got to write all the material myself, and I wouldn't have done it any other way. But it's gonna be sort of simple pop songs, but with sort of lyrical twists and a little bit more kind of interesting and different lyrics than maybe what we're used to.
Very nice. The film clip to Da Da Dum was released a couple of weeks ago as well, and I'm going to assume again that was the first film clip you've been in. Where did the idea for the film clip come from, and how did you find that experience?
Well, it is the first video that I've ever shot in my life, and it was sort of I was really sort of taking it easy and just working on the record and stuff, the record deal and what I was up to, and then I noticed that I had 3 days to make a video before the deadline. So like, 3 days. I'm pretty much screwed. But then, then I got contact with a friend who knew someone who said it was possible, and he had this idea that it would be cool to shoot it in a botanic garden, because it would have been really terrible to shoot it outside because the weather was really it was sort of like snowing and probably really difficult for the cameraman to get a good photo. So and it might have not have worked so well when it's going to be spring now and just have really wintry movie, and so we thought we were going to shoot it there, and then we just we made it there in one. I think it's really like a feel good sort of music video, because at least I get a good feeling from that child in the end when he's so cute and tree falls, and I thought like the whole tree thing there was quite cute and so nice. Yeah,
it certainly ties in with the theme of your song quite well.
Yeah, but it was really interesting to make it in we shot it in 1 day, and then they had 1 day to cut it, which was really very little time for them, so it was really stressy, but it turned out pretty nice.
Awesome. So this Saturday, you're scheduled to take part in the Eurovision in Concert show in the Netherlands, where you'll get to meet many of the other singers and be exposed to mass amounts of us crazy Eurovision fans for probably the first time on an international scale. Are you excited or nervous for this? And do you have any idea of what to expect?
I'm probably excited. I haven't really had time to think about it yet because it's been a lot of work with the record and different stuff.
Yep.
When I finally get time to think about it, probably like tomorrow or Friday on the plane, I'm gonna be probably really excited because it's something that I've never experienced before. Like lots of international fans and viewers and listeners. So I think it's going to be really interesting. And I've never been to Amsterdam before. That's going to be cool too. An interesting experience.
Are you traveling to many other places as part of your promotion, or is it just to the Netherlands?
Just Netherlands. But what I know by now, it might be. I might fly somewhere else. I'm not sure yet, but it's at least Netherlands. Yeah.
Cool. When we spoke to you just before the final of Euroviisut, for a final question, you said all you were going to change for the final was you were going to put on a clean shirt. You also got rid of the stool, and that's pretty much all the change that happened. Are you going to change anything for your performance in Düsseldorf, or are you going to leave it as simplistic as it is?
Well, I'm gonna change the shirt. Probably. I'm gonna change my clothing, but it's probably gonna be the same guitar and the same sort of, because it's what I do when I play music. I play a guitar by myself and sing to people and just interpret my own composition. That's sort of the whole thing, and then I hope that people won't get distracted by anything, or that people will have the ability to listen to the lyrics and the music and just enjoy it and not mind that I don't have any dancing girls or anything on stage, and just sort of enjoy the music. And I hope it's going to work.
Excellent. Well, a lot of Eurovision fans have started calling you the Finnish Tom Dice in reference to the Belgian singer from last year, who also sang a very simple guitar ballad. Considering he came sixth, do you enjoy this comparison, or do you think that you stand out in a different way to him?
Well, so we sort of I heard these opinions too, and I think I get why people think that, because visually we are quite similar. I mean, we're both young guys who play the guitar, and I can't really help that. But when you think about the whole picture, we're completely from different worlds, because I'm a songwriter, and I write music, and then I interpret the music which I've written, and I perform it to people. And Tom Dice was a singer and a sort of guitar player. He didn't write the music himself, and his song was, I think it was about him and his guitar, which is not really cool. It's not really my style. I mean, I have more to my lyrics. So there's this message in my lyrics.
Yep.
So it's sort of, I want to keep it as simple as sort of. I really want to keep it simple and just get the sort of the musical message through. Musically, we're completely different, and
Yep.
I think that's why I have really good chances, because there usually is, and this year too. There's a lot of really like a lot of show and a lot of fast songs, and you're not really sure what they're about. But my song is really simple, and there's nothing that could sort of, hopefully nothing that will distract people from the music, and I hope it's just gonna, and I hope people aren't gonna dislike it, because there was some guy last year who also looked like me, because I mean it would be really terrible if people would sort of dislike my music because of the way I look. I think that
exactly.
sort of it sounds really terrible at least. And then no one gets happy if they don't even care to listen to my music because I look like someone else. It just sort of sounds a little dull. I hope it won't distract them.
You mentioned just before that you had heard a little bit of this year's Eurovision. Um, have you heard many of the songs you're competing against? And if so, any favorites?
I've actually listened to every single one of them because
Oh wow.
I had this magazine interview where they wanted me to listen to the songs and just say my sort of first opinions of them and just say what I thought about them. And I listened through almost everyone. There were a couple of ones that I just couldn't listen through because they were sort of they were just not my taste at all.
Fair enough.
But I listened through most of them, and there were a lot of interesting ones. And I think my personal favorite is the Netherlands, the
Ah,
3J's rock trio.
yep.
I mean, that's just because I think the song is really nice. It's really it's a happy pop rock song, and the singer has a nice voice. I think it's sort of the kind of music that I would listen to myself. And that's probably why I like it so much. But there were other good ones too. Norway that's really like a happy Eurovision song too. A
Yep.
nice feel in that one, and also I think was it the Hungarian or Ukraine? I think maybe Ukraine. Sort of this really like dancey. What
That's
My life.
probably that's Hungary. That's What About My
Yeah,
Dreams?
yeah. That was so nice. That was sort of the most danceable song in the whole contest, which in my opinion, when I listened through to them, it was really like, oh man, this really makes me go to like a party and really like dance. So those three were, but there were a lot of other good ones too.
Just out of curiosity, the Dutch song, did you hear it? The English version or the Dutch version?
I first heard the Dutch version and I thought it was really cool, and then I heard the English version. It's maybe not as good as the original because when I heard the original, I was like, really, wow, it's really cool. And what is it about? I didn't have any idea what it was about. But sort of when it was translated to English, I sort of thought that the message isn't like quite as sort of clear as it could be.
Yep.
I think they should have stick with Dutch. It was really cool, but it's good in English too. I mean, it's the same melody and the same feel, so it's good in both languages. But the original, when you write a song in some language, it's always the best in the original usually.
Yep. Well, here we are at the very final question. Do you have a message for our readers?
Well, dear readers or listeners, I hope you're listening because you're not gonna. It's gonna be difficult to read this.
Good point.
I hope you're gonna enjoy the music and really like remember to enjoy and just like close your eyes and listen to the music because it's still the Eurovision Song Contest, and I really hope that the best song is gonna win because that's why I'm in this competition. That's why I'm here because I want to win with my song. I hopefully think that you're gonna think that it's the best song. But if you like it, then I'm gonna be eternally grateful. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Axel. It's been a pleasure to speak to you today. Thank you for speaking to us at ESC Daily, and we wish you all the best in Dusseldorf.
Thank you very much.